Basta la palla! Vai! Basta la palla!
Ragazzi, c'è Granduca, state poco.
Ah, tirami la palla, allora.
Eccellenza.
Dai. Ecco.
Firenze, fondata dai legionari romani con il nome di Florenzia, oltre ad offrire eccezionali documenti di arte e di storia, possiede un vasto calendario di manifestazioni artistiche e culturali a memoria del suo antico e glorioso passato. Una delle manifestazioni più sentite e più amate dai fiorentini è senza dubbio la partita del calcio storico fiorentino, che si gioca ogni anno nel mese di giugno, in occasione dei festeggiamenti di San Giovanni Battista, patrono della città. Le partite sono giocate da 2 squadre di 24 giocatori per parte e sono caratterizzate da aspri scontri tra i calcianti, secondo l'antica derivazione guerresca del gioco, che ricorda nel suo schieramento e nei suoi movimenti l'ordine di battaglia dell'esercito romano. L'attuale storica manifestazione ha un preciso legame con la storia e la cultura della città. Essa infatti rievoca la memorabile partita giocata il 17 febbraio 1530 in piazza Santa Croce, durante l'assedio delle truppe imperiali di Carlo V, in dispregio degli assedianti, che credevano Firenze ormai stremata e soccombente. Ma non meno suggestivo e spettacolare è il lungo corteo formato da circa 530 figuranti che attraversa le vie e le piazze cittadine per convergere poi in piazza Santa Croce, dove di solito si giocano le partite. Tutti rigorosamente in costumi del 1500, al suono dei tamburi e delle chiarine, marciano i fanti, gli archibusieri, i nobili a cavallo, i rappresentanti delle arti e degli uffici cittadini, tra una folla sempre numerosa di fiorentini e di turisti stranieri. Il lungo corteo culmina con le grida al magnifico messere, poco prima dell'inizio della partita nella grande piazza gremita di folla.
Presentate le vostre armi! Salutate!
Tra i figuranti, particolare importanza ha il gruppo degli sbandieratori degli Uffizi, che come abbiamo già visto aprono con i tamburi e le chiarine il lungo corteo e lo chiudono con i vessilli delle principali magistrature della Firenze del 1500, con un preciso riferimento con la storia della città. I costumi e le insegne sono copie fedeli di originali dell'epoca, tanto che diventa sempre più difficile, specialmente per le bandiere, trovare i tessuti adatti al loro particolare uso. I tamburi sono di legno e pelle d'asino e la loro costruzione e manutenzione è affidata ad esperti artigiani. L'origine storica dello sbandieramento è da ricercarsi nelle esercitazioni, alle quali gli alfieri degli antichi eserciti si sottoponevano con i loro vessilli per essere pronti in battaglia a segnalare i movimenti da far eseguire ai propri reparti. Tutte le evoluzioni che attualmente eseguono i bandierai degli Uffizi con le loro insegne non sono improvvisati o frutto di fantasia personale, ma sono il risultato di un preciso e impegnativo allenamento effettuato nell'assoluto rispetto delle antiche figurazioni basilari della tradizione. Così la velata, il molinello, il salto del fiocco, lo scambio diritto e incrociato, il rovescio, il passaggio sotto gamba ed intorno al collo e alla vita, l'onda, eccetera, sono le tipiche figurazioni tradizionali di base ricorrenti negli esercizi degli sbandieratori fiorentini, come vediamo da queste immagini.
16 alfieri impegnati nel salto del fiocco. Questa è una specialità dei bandierai degli Uffizi. blocco riuscito.
Gli sbandieratori del calcio in costume sono apprezzati e conosciuti in tutta Italia, in Europa ed oltreoceano. Qui li possiamo ammirare nei loro variopinti costumi durante una grande manifestazione di beneficenza allo Stadio Comunale di Firenze. Molte televisioni straniere, specialmente americane e giapponesi, si sono interessate a loro per documentari storici sulla città. Più volte i bandierai degli Uffizi hanno partecipato ai festeggiamenti del Columbus Day in America. Si sono esibiti in Messico e in Spagna per il Mundial. Sono stati ammirati in Giappone e Brasile, riportando ovunque successo e simpatia e rappresentando degnamente Firenze nel mondo.
Welcome to Italy, a country known for its historical richness and lively people. From the spirited Roman legions to the wildly creative Renaissance man, the people of Italy are known for having a strong will and ferocious pride. You know, whether defending their country, church, neighborhood, or their family, the Italians exhibit a strong sense of undeterred loyalty.
Located in the southern tier of Europe, right in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, this familiar boot-shaped country remains the most popular travel destination in Europe. But despite its universally recognized and important role in Western history, Italy is much more than a window to the past. Today, the medieval streets are home to a vital contemporary population that take great pride in being the trendsetters of modern culture. They are a passionate people that strive to be at the forefront of everything from fashion to food. Italians definitely prefer to lead rather than follow. Modern Italy is a product of its famous and at times infamous past. And today, we're going to celebrate that past by stepping back in time to relive the glory days when the Italian character was alive on the battlefield and the playing field. Florence, the birthplace of the Renaissance and one of the most recognized cities in the world. Who among us has not seen these famous images before? The magnificent dome of the cathedral. The unique complexity of the ancient Ponte Vecchio. Or the serene and stoic face of Michelangelo's most famous sculpture, David. But what is this? This is Florentine football, an essential part of Florence which few outsiders see. This spectacle, this madness, is as much a part of the lifeblood of this city as any of her most famous monuments or buildings.
The amazing game played in this Florentine square every July for the past 6 centuries has no sporting equal. It's 60 minutes of non-stop tackling, scratching, biting, and strangling. It's the ancient game of Calcio Storico, or historical football.
It looks like a brawl, like 54 gladiators let loose in a cage. It's a game of violent, no-holds-barred combat, with almost no rules. Calcio can be traced back to ancient Rome when soldiers played it to get in shape for battle. As the grandfather of modern-day football, rugby, and soccer, the game is raw, uncensored, field warfare. During these intensely physical 60 minutes, there are no timeouts and no substitutions, even for injury. The 27 players on each side may use any tactic, no matter how rough or violent, in their quest to maneuver the ball up the field, past the goalie, and into the opposing team's net.
There's nothing like it. To play this game, you've got to be from Florence and understand the history, because otherwise you will never play this. Never.
Ci sono sportivi, ci sono...
All the men here want to play, but only a few succeed. Really, it's more than a game. It's a test of male strength, of courage.
Leonardo Grifoni and Gabriele Ceccarelli are two of the best calcio players in all of Florence. They are also best friends. Leonardo works in a cafe owned by his family, and although he played rugby in South Africa for 8 years, his spirit is pure Italian. Gabriele is definitely a man about town. With his trusty dog Bobo, he weaves his way through the streets of Florence to his day job selling clothes in an open-air market.
Diamo donne 3.000 lire al pezzo.
Gabriele and Leonardo's long friendship is put to the test once a year, at the annual Calcio match where they play on opposing teams.
It's 50 minutes a year, you know, then afterwards you're still friends. I mean, I work with him, I see him every day, you know, we joke with him. But once you're in the field, you must change completely.
The faces of these young combatants are modern-day reflections of the classic Florentine faces chiseled in stone by Michelangelo.
E quindi la faziosità sviluppa al massimo la tifoseria.
Dr. Fabrizio Chiarelli, president of the Calcio Historical Society, stands in front of Piazza de Santa Croce, which is being transformed into the playing field for this week's tournament.
Intanto rivela una cosa fondamentale del carattere dei fiorentini.
This game reflects the true spirit of the Florentines. The spirit is one of being slightly angry inside, of being ready to burst into a fight. You say bad things to your neighbor says bad things back. But always with humor, of course. So a tension is created which is part of the extraordinary imagination of the city.
Some people do it because there's a lot of sport involved, you know, a lot of training. Some people do it because they're crazy. Some people do it to get revenge on somebody else for the years past, you know.
The concept of revenge is not foreign to this ancient town, where it is common to be born, grow up, and die in the same neighborhood. Memories are long, passions run deep, and borderlines are clear. If you are from Florence, you are either a blue from Santa Croce, a green from San Giovanni, a red from Santa Maria Novella, or a white from Santa Spirito. I decided to see just how the teams prepare for the big match, which is now only a few days away. I watched Leonardo's green team, which is considered the underdog in the semi-final match against Gabriel's blue team. The Blues from Santa Croce have won the match for the past 7 years and are known for their rough, anything-goes tactics.
You know, this is a scene much like an NFL training camp where all these guys come out, there's over 50 of them, and they try and show all their skills and their determination in hopes of being one of the 27 that's going to be picked for the match in a couple days. So they really have 48 hours to show their stuff.
And we trained for 6 months just for one game. Because if you lose, you're out, you know. Just for one game we train. And we do a lot of skills. We do boxing, wrestling, a lot of wrestling, and of course, people who carry the ball, you know, the ball players, you know.
What I noticed was that Leonardo's greens practiced a lot more of the ball carrying, while Gabriel's blues concentrated on other, more physical aspects of the game. The next day, I made my way through the vibrant streets of Florence to meet up with Gabriel at his place of work in the market.
Well, I finally arrived at the little shop Gabriel works, and much to my dismay, he's not here. Now, we've all heard about hot-blooded Italian men. Well, Gabriel also is a bouncer at a bar where there's a lot of good-looking women, and apparently in the wee hours of the morning he gets sidetracked. Didn't make it home last night, and consequently didn't make it to work today. The training habits of Italian athletes might be a little different than in America. But I'm sure he's thinking about the game, and he'll be ready. It's 24 hours away.
I finally caught up with Gabriel that evening at Leonardo's Family Cafe.
We looked for you this morning. We couldn't find you. I hope you had a good night.
No, very well.
That's all right. That's all right. I covered for you this morning. I told them exactly where you were.
Gabriel and I found a relatively quiet spot in the cafe and sat down to talk.
What are the important qualities of it? What makes a good player?
Physical fitness is important, but not as much as having absolute iron willpower and heart. I mean, I haven't slept in 2 days, but I'll still play well.
Tell me what you think about Leonardo. What kind of player is he?
Leonardo's a good player. He's strong, but he might be a little too nice, too good-natured.
Can you be a nice guy and play this game?
Of course, yes. I mean, most of us are nice guys.
He might be a nice guy, but I feel sorry for him come tomorrow.
Stay tuned for the conclusion of Florentine football when we return. Miles away, Leonardo and his teammates begin to psych up for the game, which is just a few hours away. And the game begins. Santa Croce versus San Giovanni, blue versus green, Gabriele versus Leonardo. For the next hour, these men will do anything in their power to get the ball into the defending team's net and to stop their opponents from doing the same. The scoring is simple. Each field goal scores 1 point. But if the ball sails over the net, watch out. The defending team scores a half a point. With the strong arm tactics used on defense, I wondered at first if anyone would score at all.
Now, although this may look like a game with no rules, there is one very critical one. Players may not kick an unconscious opponent. I love that rule.
Only minutes into the game, the blue team suffers its first casualty. With the clock still running, play halts momentarily as the medical team is called in. Now the Blues must continue with only 26 players. At first look, the game of Calcio seems like a free-for-all, but actually there are strategies and set positions. Each team has 15 forwards, 5 halfbacks, and 3 fullbacks. Unlike regular soccer, there are 4 goalies on each team to protect the net, which stretches across the entire width of the field. The crowd follows the action intently, but all eyes are on the players, not the ball, when opponents square off for some good old-fashioned fisticuffs. And it's not just the crowd who enjoys a good fight. Sometimes the players themselves lose track of the ball and become more engaged in the various altercations around the field. The officials' only real job is to break up these fights and keep the ball moving. And for their trouble, they often find themselves in harm's way. About 15 minutes into the game, Gabrielle's blue team relearns a valuable lesson. If you're going to shoot, do it accurately, because here the overthrow of the goal results in the Greens' first one-half point. With momentum on their side, the Greens rally, but moments later, Leonardo, the playmaker and heart and soul of the team, goes down. This year, Leonardo takes a hard hit to his head. But last year, he wasn't so lucky.
Last year I broke my leg, and even with my broken leg, I got up and I played for 5 minutes with a broken leg. I wasn't feeling no pain at all. Because you're so concentrated, on the game, you don't feel anything.
As for Gabriele, he knows how to take it and dish it out. But through it all, there's only one thing on his mind.
Niente, solo vincere.
Winning. Winning is all I think about. Winning is everything.
Passions run high, not only on the field, but in the stands as well. Only a wire mesh fence keeps some of the spectators from throwing themselves into the middle of the fray. As the crowd is worked into a frenzy, the figure of Dante, perhaps Florence's most famous author, looks down with sober equanimity, perhaps recognizing a very human version of his most famous work, Dante's Inferno. In this crazy game, the unexpected is the norm. At one moment, the ball is in the Greens' control. But unbelievably, it's the Blues who score the first field goal. Now watch closely and you'll see this Green player desperately trying to find a teammate to pass the ball to. In his confusion, he throws the ball right into the hands of a Blue opponent, who takes advantage of the mistake and with some elusive open field running, delivers the ball and himself into the goal. The flag comes out, and the Blues celebrate their lead, 1 point to 1/2. Now Leonardo's team comes roaring back as they hope to make up the deficit in the last 10 minutes of the game. As the game wears on, the welts and bruises mount up. At the beginning of the game, the men tended to get rough in the clutch, but now it appears that they are holding each other as much to catch their breath as to keep their opponents from getting near the ball. But with honor at stake, these men shrug off their weariness and fight on. With only minutes to go in the game, Blue is ahead by half a point. Leonardo must now lead his green team in a perfectly executed last-minute attack that they desperately hope will work. The clock is quickly winding down. Then suddenly, with only seconds to go in the game, the Blues make a crucial interception. And the game is over. Instantly, an entire year of preparation and sacrifice results in joy for Gabriel and his teammates, and anguish for Leonardo and the men from San Giovanni. But despite the fact that there had to be a loser in this hard-fought and closely contested battle, the men on both sides have taken an equal beating and show it. And in fact, when all is said and done, this victory also belongs to the people of Florence, who have once again recaptured and enlivened the independent spirit of their beloved city. Enemies no more. Leonardo and Gabriel can enjoy their friendship again until this same time next year, when they retake the field in the amazing game of Calcio. The best baton twirlers in the United States when we come back. Stay tuned.